A government source tells CBS News the maker of OxyContin could file for bankruptcy as early as today. Purdue Pharma and its owners, members of the Sackler family, have been negotiating a potential settlement for months over Purdue's alleged role in fueling the nationwide opioid epidemic. Mola Lenghi is at Purdue's headquarters, that's in Stamford, Connecticut, with more on this story. Mola, what could this mean? Good morning.
Well, good morning, Gayle. A bankruptcy filing could mean smaller payouts for plaintiffs in more than 2,000 lawsuits against the company. Now, a source close to the negotiations tells CBS News that Purdue will file for bankruptcy if those plaintiffs don't accept a settlement deal by today. And as of yesterday, those negotiations were still ongoing.
Richard Sackler and members of his family who own Purdue Pharma could pay up to $4.5 billion as part of a settlement connected to the opioid epidemic. That's according to a source close to the negotiation between Purdue Pharma and state attorneys general. Sackler family members could also give up ownership of the pharmaceutical company as part of the deal. Stanford University law professor George Triantis.
What the negotiations continue to hinge on seems to be the contribution of the Sackler defendants.
But Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro told CBS News yesterday the Sacklers have not put a sufficient offer on the table and our negotiations have stalled. Purdue had no comment when asked if negotiations had hit a wall. Purdue is accused of fueling the nation's opioid crisis by allegedly downplaying the addictive nature of its popular drug, OxyContin. According to the CDC, 46 people die every day from overdoses linked to prescription opioids. Purdue and the Sackler family deny allegations they helped engineer the crisis. In one case, Purdue called accusations a rush to vilify the drug maker.
This drug abuses the patient, not the patient abusing the drug.
5 years ago, Tony LaGreca lost his son, 41-year-old Matthew, to a methadone overdose. He says Matthew started taking opioids for a football injury in the 90s and became hooked.
What does justice look like for you?
Richard Sackler's behind bars and the family's broke. Why do they get to keep all this money and have such a nice life? In my life, I don't have my son anymore.
Well, a source close to the negotiations tells us that Purdue, the pharmaceutical giant here, has been considering filing bankruptcy since last March. Now, the company is set to stand trial in Ohio next month for its alleged role in that state's opioid epidemic. Anthony?
All right, Mola, we'll be keeping an eye on that. Thank you.